is Patrick N, and you are listening to PNFM. This November 24th, I talk about Donovan McNabb being benched for the first time, Real Madrid being offered money if they can win 5 games in a row, and Ollie talks about the sensitivity of soccer players. But first, my news bag. This guy writes, "Dude, I've watched some of your videos. Wow. You could be, possibly, one of the dumbest people alive. You talk like you know what's going on. You have no idea. Here's some tips. Stop being ignorant and don't talk like you're an expert. You're a retard." Wow. Now, I am not one of those guys who argues against stupidity by pointing out all the spelling errors of someone's argument. I use rational, logical, mature conversation for these types of discourse. So to you, El Maestro, if I'm one of the dumbest people alive, I guess your mom likes dumb people. And now this. For the first time in his life, Donovan McNabb was benched by Andy Reid. Donovan had been playing bad for the last few games, and Reid had approached management about benching him. But you know you don't ever bench your best player. That's like benching a hospital's best doctor just because he killed a couple of people in the emergency room. Sometimes you just gotta accept some losses. Then he puts some guy in his place. I don't even know his name. The guy does the same thing as Donovan, throwing interceptions and having a bad game. If a girl dumps you because you're a jerk and you're ugly, and you hook up with another girl and she dumps you because you're a jerk and you're ugly, guess what? You're a jerk and you're ugly. And guess what? The problem isn't Donovan. The problem isn't Mr. No-Name Quarterback. I told you all about Philadelphia. T.O. was right. And now, Real Madrid has been sucking. And we're not talking the Paris Hilton needs to be famous sucking. We're talking I need crack, I better make this count sucking. As incentive, because making gazillion dollars was not enough, Real Madrid president Ramon Calderon has offered Real Madrid a Christmas bonus of $120,000 each if they can win the next 5 games. If the money they were making was not enough incentive to win, why would offering more money solve the problem? It would be like trying to fix the kid that's been failing all his life by giving him a cell phone when he already has a car, a PS3, and a dog. This kid is not gonna get better if you add a phone to his collection of stuff. The way you fix this kid's problem is discipline. The next time this kid messes up, you don't give him candy. You give him a knuckle sandwich. You ask him, do you want white, wheat, or sourdough on your sandwich? And when he says sourdough, you punch him in the face. The next time he messes up, you don't give him $1. You give him a roll of quarters in the stomach. The next time Real Madrid players lose, you can't offer them more money. You need to slap them in the face. Remember, violence doesn't solve problems, but a slap in the face does. And finally, the Gunners removed William Gallas as captain after he tore into his teammates, accusing them of lacking courage. Arsenal legend Nigel Winterburn says that the damage is already done despite the change. Here to explain the extent of damage is PNFM's senior psychoanalyst on soccer players, Ollie P. Ollie? What the hell is wrong with these people?
The damage of William Gallas's words is devastating, Patrick. Now, the normal person is able to take criticism very well. President George W. Bush, for example, had the highest disapproval rating in the history of the American presidency 3 times in the past year, and yet he still thinks he's doing a great job, as any normal person would. Football players, however, are a different type of people. They're not normal people. When faced with criticism, they tend to cower in the fetal position, or hold their ankles thinking of a happy place in their lives until horror if the criticism is over. So when football players hear they're having a bad match, they're not shooting the ball on target, scoring own goals, left nutsacks hanging too far to the left, the world ends for them. And that's what results in the locker room problems that you currently have at Arsenal. Some of Gallas' criticisms have extended far beyond the regular horrid and unfair things that soccer players face, such as their jerseys not being tucked in or their hair being messed up. Gallas threw out devastating insults such as, young players need to step up more. He's getting a bit predictable, or the shocking blast of, he's taking too long on the ball. This rogue has crossed the line before on criticism, but now he's double crossed the line, spat on it, erased it, and drawn his own line with urine. With his newest criticism, his team lacks in courage after they were lacking in courage. How dare he state the obvious? How dare he state the truth? Football players want to hear that they did a great job, even after they've just scored an own goal. William Gallas should be stripped of his captaincy and replaced by a teddy bear. Back to you, Patrick.
From Patrick N., Ollie P., and the new captain of Arsenal, Tuddy Ruxpin. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Things are gonna be different now, you'll see. And after all the dirty laundry you left me, it's getting aired, and with heavy rotation, you better have a damn good explanation.